What's
I don't know.
crazy,
Like, it's
though,
kind of weird.
is how many people thought Ted Bundy was attractive.
Why?
Like,
I don't understand.
They
He's
thought
not.
he was like the sexiest man alive. Like, I was watching like documentaries and stuff, and
Just a spark and we're off the ground. I'm leaving this place.
Today we got our special guest, NERO, aka Michael.
probably recognize him from an earlier episode. Thank you, Michael, for coming back and
Yeah,
joining
absolutely.
us again,
I know.
dude.
I promised that I would come back after I watched the new King Kong, so
Oh yeah.
I had to do it.
So, had a blast in the first podcast. So I was like,
Yeah.
of course, bring him back.
Just one of our best guests so far, dude.
I know.
I
I was
promised
telling,
I would come back and talk about King Kong, which no one wants to hear about.
right, no,
Oh yeah, no one cares about
it's
King
like
Kong at all.
we
People
literally
probably
been
wanna hear me
training.
talk about art and stuff, but it's not gonna happen.
not this episode. Strictly King Kong. What the people have been asking for. The fight of the century. You know, it's been going on for, since ancient times.
Yeah, the 40s.
The
right.
40s, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. I don't know. I'll joke around with Adam. I'll be like, dude, this whole podcast, we've just been training for Godzilla versus Kong. Like,
Yeah.
that's all what this podcast is for. Just to warm up.
You guys watched it?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's funny. I was actually telling Adam. So this morning, it's a little like I actually just finished the movie like probably 30 minutes ago. I started it last night, but it was like 1 a.m, and I was like,
Yeah.
all right, let me get to bed and.
I wish it was
It's
longer.
Yeah, I
I feel like
was
it was short.
surprised.
Didn't you feel like it was short?
Yeah,
For you,
it wasn't
I
even
feel like
2
for
hours.
usually- for like those kind of like superhero fight movies, like they're always like 3 hours long, but I felt like this one wasn't even 2 hours long. That was my only complaint, really.
Yeah.
It's
Just
like
was so short.
I think it was 1:53, so not quite that
Yeah.
2 hour mark, but like, yeah, you
Right.
got a big movie like two huge characters, like
Right.
you make it a
I
little
don't-
longer.
I kind of wonder if it had something to do with like the pandemic or something like that. Like they just didn't have enough man hours
Yeah.
to keep
Could've-
making more. I feel
I
like
mean-
that's had to be it, because all those movies are always like honestly longer than you want them to be. Like
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like 2.5 hours would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of felt like a trailer the whole time. Like
Right.
you're like, oh, I can't wait for this movie, but you're
Right.
like, oh wait, I'm watching it right now.
Yeah.
Movie.
There's a lot of hype
Like-
and stuff.
The dialogue and everything was just like, it was just trailer worthy dialogue,
Right.
and just like the acting too.
Right.
Just there's some shots that were amazing when it comes to like King Kong and Godzilla, but all like the human characters were just afterthoughts. And they're like,
Right.
okay, go act dramatic in this closet right here. Even though
Right.
100%, they can't see Godzilla in the water coming towards King Kong. They're like all like afraid when they can't see shit.
Yeah, I mean, it is like, I feel like a weird thing, because also it gets to the point where it's like, because I liked the movie a lot. I like those kind of like dumb movies. It's like a break from like serious movies, I feel like, for
Yeah.
me. But and there is a certain point where you're like, oh, come on. Like, I mean, they're like just in the middle of these insane natural disaster level fights all the time, and not one of the characters like ever gets like accidentally stepped on, or like
Right.
they're like in a part of the building that breaks. You know what I mean? It just doesn't, like, there is a certain point where it just gets like unbelievable because of that. I mean, obviously it's completely unbelievable, but that part of
This
it
whole-
is,
It's like
Yeah.
that part is really where I'm like, I don't believe
Bruh.
this.
there's no collateral damage ever, like,
Right.
as far as like the main characters go.
Like literally, they're on a fucking ship. Like when they take King
Right.
Kong from the fucking island, right?
Right.
Spoiler alert! This whole episode,
Yeah,
But- the whole episode, spoiler alert. And then like literally, Godzilla just like fucking rams them. They fucking like crocodile flip the whole entire boat, and they're like, "We're
Yeah.
still good." Like just like King Kong saved us. What?
No, yeah, it's definitely interesting. And like going back to that, I think COVID probably affected a lot of the filming, because if you look, none of the like human characters ever meet each other.
Right.
Like you have your one group
Right.
who is going
Yeah.
into the Hollow Earth, and then you have Millie Bobby Brown and
Right.
her gang, and then whoever else. But like even at the end, they like still
They just
don't meet.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Two
like-
different studios.
Yeah,
COVID
like two different
protocol.
studios. Yeah, like
Exactly.
they kept it very separate. So I think that had a lot to do with it. And I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like the main. So when I stepped into Godzilla versus Kong, I wanted Godzilla versus Kong.
Yes.
I mean, cool.
Right.
Give me the subplot, Hollow Earth, everything like that. But like, give me some more fight. They only fought twice. They only
Yeah.
fought twice.
And
Right.
they're both like grandpas when they're fighting, dude. They're just like
The first round, Godzilla obviously he has the upper hand because he could swim
In the water,
I mean, so can Kong, and he's in the water, so he has the upper hand. I mean, Kong was still like giving him a little work here and there, but at the end of the day, Godzilla had that one. And then you go through but that's like 30, almost 45 minutes into the movie. Finally, the first fight.
Right.
And then it's like another all right, here's some more story. And then towards the end, there's the second fight. I was like, yo, there needs to be more some more scraps going on.
Right.
And I mean, I
Scrapping.
understand. I'm sure CGI costs a lot to
Oh my
make
God.
those
Yeah.
scenes all the time. So I understand. I'll give you a free pass on that. I understand. But
I thought the city they fought in looked so cool.
oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Like,
The
New Jersey
neon
city they
lights.
fought in. Yeah, it looked like
visually
cyberpunk
speaking?
or something.
yeah. I would say cyberpunky. That's how
Yes.
it felt to me. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I enjoy it, like you said, like you were saying, Michael, just those movies where you can just kind of get out of reality for a second or say so.
Yeah.
But
Like
there are some nitpicks. I felt like Millie Bobby Brown's character didn't fit in the movie. I feel like they kind of forced
Right.
her character in, and which makes sense. She's a big actress. Of
Right.
course, she's probably, a lot of people are watching that movie probably because of her. So I mean, I liked her friend Josh. He was hilarious, I thought, and I liked him when he was in Deadpool too. He was a funny
Right.
kid. And then I forget the other guy's name.
wasn't he in Atlanta?
Yeah, he's Paperboy in Atlanta.
Paperboy, I
That's
knew
what
it.
I know him from. That's
But dude, what a nerdy ass character to go
Right.
from Paperboy. Hey guys, I'm gonna get these photos for my podcast.
He's been getting a lot of work though. He was in that new Joker movie, a few other movies, but I'm like, all right, Paperboy, he's out here. He's out here
He'll be
doing
forever
stuff.
Paperboy though.
Right.
Michael, did you ever watch Atlanta?
I've only watched a couple episodes. My dad was really into that show. He always told me to watch it. I feel like wasn't that guy also in was he in Get Out?
Yeah, he was or no.
Well, at the
Or-
end. Was that
Oh, yeah.
his friend?
No, that wasn't his friend.
That wasn't him.
No.
I saw that movie so long ago. I can't remember which actor
Was it
that was.
Us?
He was in another, I think, a Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah, right.
Was it Us or was it
No, I don't think
Mama?
it was us. I don't know. I feel like he was in another horror type movie.
Yeah, where he was kind of like the gardener or something, or a driver.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I-
it's always small.
I mean, I guess this is
Yeah,
why we
he's-
have
yeah, he's been doing
technology.
some
Let me look it up real quick.
roles.
right, yeah, you can look at that. But the reason why I felt Millie Bobby Brown's character didn't fit is because they tried to make her almost how that one little girl was that could speak to King Kong,
But dude,
try
that
to
was the dumbest character too, dude.
she was supposed to be her but to Godzilla almost, and it was just
yeah.
I was just I mean, I could do without that. And even her dynamic with the other two guys, it just didn't fit. You had you're a comedic relief, and then it's just it was just her. She'd just be roll her eyes when they would make a joke, or little things like that. But a side note, what cracked me up with the little girl, like the one who stroked the Kong, every time they would show her, she had just one tear, like a permanent. Like I feel like they just painted that tear off her
Yeah.
face.
It was like a plastic tear.
Yeah,
They just
I was like, why
she's
is
like
she
always
crying all
about
the
to
time? Yeah.
cry. Like she's like this death girl that's like literally just trying to like speak silently to this lady that doesn't understand it, and she's like, "Why am I here?" Like I want to go home.
I felt
Just-
bad for laughing, but it was just like every scene was just that tear. I was like, why are you crying so much? Yeah, I didn't get it, but it was, but like I said, like it was cool having her, and then like I said, I just felt like, with Millie Bobby Brown, but like Millie Bobby Brown's dope. I love 11, big Stranger Things fan. So like no complaints that she was in there. I was just like, you didn't really fit in this overall story.
I feel like it's always gonna feel like that. It's like it's you have to have some acting in the movie because otherwise it's just like it's just all fighting, and then it turns into like the Transformers movies where it's just like
just
like 8 hours of like CGI and just like all right, that's enough.
Yeah,
I
I
need
get
to see
it.
a person's face at some point. like
robot porn.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
5 hours.
Some human interaction.
But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I wish it was longer. Because I had just watched like a super messed up movie, so I definitely needed a break and to watch like King Kong vs. Godzilla. But before that, I had watched this. I haven't finished it yet. I've only watched like the first half of it. It was this movie called The House That Jack Built. Have you guys ever seen that?
No, I've heard of it though. I've never watched it.
We should all watch that and talk about it again sometime because it is supremely messed up. It's like it has Matt Dillon in it, but it's like a serial killer movie, but it has it's like he's kind of like Ted Bundy, I think. Like the character's loosely based off of him, but it's like it's very bizarre. It's like the whole movie, the serial killer is having like this dialogue where he's like talking to this like unseen force that's like kind of spiritual, but he's like, I don't know. It's very like it's like reading a book. It's like really weird and a lot of like hidden meaning and stuff like that. And they go through like all of his like different like mental illnesses, like his OCD and stuff like that, with like cleaning up the crime scenes and everything. It's really good, but it's like it's really graphic and messed up.
Oh dang, one of those. What is it on?
I think it's on Hulu.
On Hulu?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just looked it up.
Jack Built. Yeah.
Yeah. It looks fucking good.
It's like an art film, but a serial killer film. Yeah, the killings that I saw were just like disturbing, but it was cool.
Yeah, I think we went into that last time. I was like, I'm like weirdly into like serial killer stuff. Like that's like I'm like so for whatever weird reason I'm intrigued. Like
of course.
Oh yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
I know
you're right back. I'm gonna go grab.
Okay. Hey, Kendall. Have you seen Life of Pi?
Oh, Life of Pi. I have not seen it, but I know of it. Yeah.
Bro,
it's really good.
Yeah, I watched it the other day, and I think it's overhyped, but it's fucking good. It's it's like a good overhyped, because visually speaking, and just like how it's one of those movies where not much happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're like you're there for it. You're like, yeah,
I'm all for it.
I'm all for it. Like
I'm all
like,
for the Life of Pi.
Yeah, I mean, and then like the beginning of it, like the narrator and stuff, it's like fucking trippy. And I was like I think I took like an edible too. So I was like, yo, this guy knows some stuff, man.
This guy knows what he's talking about. I saw something about the actor. I think he like never really had like big roles or something like that. So that was like his first big role. And I don't think he acted after that. Like,
they said, we're here for it, but you'll never work again.
Yeah, like even like I think it was like a whole thing for him to even get that role. Like it was interesting. A little like video I watched. That's fun, and that's funny because I was like, oh, I should watch The Life of Pi.
Because didn't it win an award?
Yeah, it won an award and everything, I believe.
Yeah.
Who was it directed by?
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Yeah, look up. Like I said, this is why we have technology. I try to just use my big brain, but
yeah,
sometimes
you just
big brain doesn't
fucking things for you.
Right, it just doesn't work. But yeah, while Adam's looking that up, we were talking about The Life of Pi. Have you seen that?
Oh, okay,
Michael?
yeah. I have not seen that movie, but I do know about it. Hold on.
Okay.
I think I don't have a charging port out here, but I just brought my laptop out, so that should work.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
so the director's Ang Lee.
Ang Lee. Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I literally just watched it like 4 days ago.
hmm
And because I guess it won 2 Oscars.
Right.
And I guess he did the Wedding Banquet, Eat, Drink, Man, Woman, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Okay. Crouching Tiger here. Hidden Dragon.
He's a Scorpio. I don't know why IMDb is telling me this. He's a Scorpio, guys. Hey, that's like one of his most dominant things is his fucking star sign. He's a Scorpio.
We don't
That's the
have
world
much,
we're living in right now.
Yeah.
literally. We don't have much else to talk about, so
Oh,
he's
dude,
Scorpio, yeah.
lately I've just been like feeling like what is life? I don't know if you guys been feeling this, but it's just been like this like blankness of like anything I do, it's like, what is the fucking point? I don't know if you guys are feeling this.
I feel like we're on the verge of like a big like transition as far as like, you know, just like the world, you know, like just like, you know, with a lot of like the, you know, vaccine rollout and different like,
Yeah.
you know, in charge and stuff, like the world's like, I feel like we're heading almost towards like I think a good time is coming, because we've just got like we're kind of exiting a rough time, you know what I mean? So I feel
Right.
like we're gonna be like, it's gonna be like a time of partying for sure, which I'm very excited for.
Yeah. Because I keep thinking like way back, like before the pandemic,
Yeah.
like what kept me going was like live events, like going out with the homies.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
but now it's like no one's still sure about like festivals and shit. Like
Right.
I know in I guess in Miami they just had a big rave,
Right.
Mhm.
but then like it got shut down because it was too windy.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like
because
Things are happening though. I mean, I'm having an art show and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
As early as May, where we were like, because I'm gonna have like a personal show where it's just me at some point this year too. But like, I'm trying to figure out when to do that, and I was thinking, I was like, man, like I feel like not enough people are gonna like be comfortable or be vaccinated like early enough this year, but it seems like a lot of people are already. So it's like,
yeah.
I can have a show sooner than later, and I feel like then they're starting to talk about like Bonnaroo and stuff like that, and all those festivals.
I'd
Yeah,
say,
which would be really cool.
They just announced EDC Las Vegas supposedly supposed to be happening in May. I think there's still some like stipulations. Is that the right word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
There's still some things that are like keeping it from happening. I think with the actual state of Nevada, I'm assuming. So they're still like kind of tinkering with that.
I've never been to like I mean, I've been to Nevada, like I've driven through it, but I've never been to like any of the major cities there. Like I've been to like the natural part of it, but not like the
Like
Vegas or anything like
Vegas.
that.
Yeah,
gotta
dude, you should
consider
come
Vegas,
over, bro.
man. Yeah, come to Sin City, dude.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I'm actually a big like Raiders fan, so I feel like I would definitely want to come out there. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll definitely love to see the stadium. I mean, unfortunately, it's not open yet, of course,
Right.
but hopefully this football season. But like, even just seeing it, it's like
It's definitely the
yeah.
sweetest stadium ever. It looks like Darth Vader's helmet or something.
Right.
It's crazy.
all
It
super
looks
dark.
so sick. Yeah. It's just like black. I'm like, that's perfect.
And, like,
Is
we're
it finished?
Yeah, it's finished. They
Yeah.
played in it. It's just no fans yet because of
Right.
COVID. That's all it is. And then they even the university out here, UNLV, they played some games in there as well
Oh,
too.
that's cool.
What?
So I'm like that's cool. Like
That's
in
rad.
college, like I'm a collegiate
Where
athlete.
are you guys right now? Like, where are you guys living?
I'm in Las Vegas.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm
I'm still in
here.
Ohio,
Ohio? Okay, yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
almost out of here and then off to Texas.
Oh, cool.
Oh, Texas.
Yeah, what's leading you down there?
Oh, just work.
Just work? Okay.
Yeah, just good old wind industry. So, dude, we gotta chill before I leave the East
Yeah,
Coast.
absolutely. It'll be easier to get here when you're in Ohio.
Hell
You
yeah.
guys are close,
What
right?
what
Yeah.
part of Ohio are you living in?
So I'm in Lima, Ohio,
Okay.
which is like fucking next to Indiana.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's like not that's probably like the farthest part of Ohio
Oh,
away
yeah,
from me, I
it
would
is.
say. Yeah.
So
It's
of
literally
course
the
you're
worst.
farthest part.
Like it's literally like
So-
because I used to be in Columbus, which
Right.
we were like 2.5 hours away. I
Yeah,
think.
Columbus is pretty close.
Yeah, but I'm still down. I don't mind driving.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. It's not that bad getting
'Cause
out
you're
there.
in Pittsburgh, right, Michael? Or
Yeah,
okay.
I'm from Pittsburgh. That's where I live.
Hey, Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've never been. Never been. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like I feel like a lot of people don't know about it, but it's really nice, modern town for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, some sick architecture out there.
yeah,
Like a
absolutely.
huge like the black building that looks like a huge fucking Lord of the Rings tower.
Yeah, I think that's like the UPMC building, maybe. you're
Yeah.
talking about? Yeah,
Yeah.
that building's sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool architecture out here. I like all like in the East Coast. It's really cool just getting to see like all the like old like Gothic cathedrals and stuff like that are really sweet looking. There used to be like a music venue out here called like the Altar Bar that was like in like an old Gothic church, but it was like a music venue. It was really cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Speaking of like architecture, I went down to I don't know. Do you guys follow baseball?
Not
Yeah, I followed
really.
it briefly. Yeah.
I went and saw the Reds and the fucking the Pirates in Cincinnati. And dude,
Yeah.
Cincinnati has some crazy ass architecture, like crazy
Really?
churches. Yeah, it's insane.
I've never been to Cincinnati.
Yeah. And then like Kentucky's right there. Like, dude, the Red Stadium is insane. It's like right on the water.
Right.
And there's like a bridges that go right across to Kentucky.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Interesting.
It's so sick. So we went to Hooters out there in the Hoffenbroff house.
Hooters. Yeah.
And dude, it's fucking sick. Hooters sucks, by the way.
Oh, even the Hooters suck, dude.
I mean, there
Why
was
does it suck?
some
Give us a
chicas,
review.
but like other than that, dude, it's like there's no service. The food sucked. Like
Yeah.
it's just like the lowest of low of dining.
Yeah, you're going to a Hooters.
You're going to Hooters. There's gonna be some sticky floors and some bad service.
Okay, so you know what I'm
And some
here for,
horny
yeah.
chicks that are there for like the dirtiest dirt bags possible.
Yeah.
Like all the girls are there. They're like, "Oh, this is so fun. This is so
Yeah,
fun."
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you guys
upsetting.
know why you're there to get dicked down by a bunch of dirty ass dudes. Like,
I know.
just saying.
Okay.
Especially
I don't
just
think
in that area too.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
that
Turkey?
area's so good. I don't think I've ever been to a Hooters. Now that I thought about it, there was a Hooters hotel
Yeah,
out
that's the only
here in
place I've been.
Vegas. Yeah,
Was at the Hooters Hotel.
it was like restaurant and then the hotel, right? Like right above, like
just the
that was
shittiest
building.
hotel.
It
Dude,
was
like,
like it's like right across from the MGM. I think it's
Yeah.
like right there. It's a different hotel now. Yeah, I'm surprised it was like up there for a while, but
oh, they
Did you guys-
changed it?
uh-huh.
Did you guys watch that that Netflix documentary, like the one that was on like the Elisa Lam case? Do you guys watch that?
No.
The Cecil Hotel one. Do you guys know about that case?
Yeah,
I
I know all about that
briefly
case.
about it.
Yeah,
I
right.
wanted to watch it actually.
Yeah. After watching, I'm like, I want to stay in that hotel. I feel like that'd be so cool.
But it's closed down. It's
Yeah. So it's
Oh, they
like
closed
closed,
down.
but I think they're reopening it in like the next couple of years or something like that for people to stay at.
It
I think
did-
it'll be more so like after that documentary and stuff. I think it'll be more so like a tourist attraction because before it was just like a really bad, scary hotel to stay at.
oh yeah, Skid
But
Row.
now it's like people want to go there because it's like it's like going to Gettysburg or going to like
Right.
Salem or something like that, where like there's like a haunted past kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was,
I
it was
mean-
really interesting. The documentary.
I mean, LA is just shut. I can't even fucking talk. It's such a shithole right now.
Really,
And then like in Skid Row, it's probably like 10 times
Right.
worse because it's just
Well,
like
I always thought it was so interesting how many serial killers were from California, or like
Oh, yeah.
they did their thing in California. Like, California is like I feel like the capital of serial killers in like a
Well,
weird way.
because crazy people move there
Yeah,
and they don't get their attention they want, and they're like, well, I guess I have to do it my own way.
And there's so
Right.
many people.
that
They're
thing.
like,
Oh yeah, just so many. peeps.
That's like literally a kid in a candy shop for them. They're like, oh,
Right.
what, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
oh,
crazy.
One
who's
person
next?
died
Who's next? Yeah.
Out of 30 million.
I'm trying to think of all
yeah.
the ones that were there, but it was like you had the Golden State Killer. You
Mhm.
had like the
Charlie.
Charlie, of course. You had
Was it
you had Night Stalker was there.
Black
wasn't
Dahlia,
Ramsey?
right?
Yeah, Ramsey. Yeah, you just said
Who'd you say?
The Black
Ram-
Dahlia or whatever. Oh,
Yeah,
my
Black
bad.
Dahlia murder.
Yeah,
took
Black
there.
Dahlia
Yeah.
murder was there.
Which like they think that the guy that killed her could have killed like a bunch of people.
Right.
Wasn't there a San Francisco? Oh, you already said it, right? It's the
Well,
Golden.
Golden
Golden
State,
Gate?
yeah. And
Yeah,
what
Golden
about
State.
was what was his name?
Adam Wayne? No, I'm kidding.
Waiting for that.
Surprise!
To come out.
I'm coming out.
Dude, yeah, I'm trying to think of it back here. Oh, well, like the Zodiac, wasn't he in California too?
Yes, I believe so.
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
I believe the Zodiac was in California. Yeah, I believe he was there. Speaking of serial killers, I think they're
Yep.
doing a Jeffrey
Nevada.
Dahmer series.
Yeah, I saw that in
With,
there.
I forget that actor's name, but he's
The dude from American Horror Story.
yeah, American
Evan
Horror
Peters.
Story. Yep.
Evan Peters. I think
That-
that'll be awesome, honestly. I think it'll be really good.
Should be good. Did you see My Friend Dahmer?
No.
Have you seen that movie, Michael?
No,
Oh, you
I-
like that? It's pretty
You did?
good.
It's good?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Because
good.
what is that? That's
has
not the
a-
one with Zac Efron, is it?
Yeah.
No, that's the Ted Bundy one.
That's the Ted Bundy
Oh.
one.
Yeah.
I had no interest in seeing that, but I think I will watch My Friend Dahmer because like the Zac Efron one, it does get to a point where it's kind of, I feel like weird morally that they're like super sexualizing these serial killers and then making like a ton of money from them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because like the
it gets
people who
me
they
hard
killed,
'cause-
like their families
Yeah.
are still like around. You know what I
What-
mean? Like, and then you
Right.
just have like, oh, we're gonna get Zac Efron, who girls are obsessed with, and Evan Peters, who girls are obsessed with, to play
Right.
these guys, and it's like, that's kind of weird. Like,
What's
I don't
crazy,
know, like, it's
though,
kind of weird.
is how many people thought Ted Bundy was attractive.
Why?
Like,
I
all-
don't understand. He's
They
not.
thought he was like the sexiest man alive. Like I was watching like documentaries and stuff, and when he was in basically before he was killed, death row or whatever, like they were interviewing the people outside, even during his like courts and stuff, and the girls are like holding sign. They're like, "I'm just here to see him." They're like, "He's hot." Like I was like,
He has a
"What is
unibrow.
wrong with you?" I was like, he's not
Yo,
that
like a
attractive.
straw.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked terrible. Or maybe
Dude.
it's just because like the 70s or whatever. Because like I feel like every guy you see from the 70s, you're like, he looks terrible.
Right. Yeah. But that was like the thing back there. Like that
Yeah,
was.
you just look terrible. You just wear like super baggy, weird clothes, and they were like tight in weird places. And then you just have like giant, like
Just the
giant, like,
worst.
yeah, it just made no sense.
I mean,
the
same
style of it made no sense.
With Ramsey, right? Like Ramsey was just an ugly ass dude, and everyone just were like, "Oh my god."
Wait, who?
Ramsey. Ramirez, I mean, my bad.
Ramirez.
Ramirez.
Yeah, Ramirez.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
Wrong
thing with
name.
Ramirez, like, I mean, I do like I feel like there are like very specific photos of him where he like looks like he does look like attractive. Like he has like the jawline. He has like the looks that you're looking for, like the long dark. He looks like attractive in the same way that like like old metal rock stars were attractive. Like they just look like
like hair metal.
like,
Metal, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
there are some pictures, but then the majority of the pictures he just looks like horrible,
Like a crackhead. He looks
Yeah,
like a fucking
exactly.
crackhead.
like a
Like
monster.
Satan.
Yeah.
Was he the dude that was on the dating show? Is that right? Okay. There's I forget his name. There's another serial killer,
Right.
but he was on a dating show, like
What?
Right.
on like national TV. It was like the
Right.
old school where they had like the wall in between them. They're like, oh, pick which guy you
Right.
or which voice you thought is the hot, and he was one of the like contestants. It was crazy. I forget his name.
This comedian, I was listening on a podcast, and he was saying that his aunt went. Oh,
I think we
we
lost. him.
lost him.
No. Hold on.
Oh, he's still there. Still there.
I just had to decline a call.
Still there.
Oh,
My
you're
bully
good, yeah.
was calling me.
But yeah, like I guess his aunt went on a date with a serial killer. It was either
Oh.
Dahmer or
I
Bundy?
think it was Bundy. Because I think it was Bundy. Because I know what you're talking about. I think I saw like a
Yeah.
I think Dahmer
'cause,
was
like-
gay, right? He
was killing like young men
Young men, yeah.
primarily.
But yeah, so like I guess she went on a date with him, and then she like hit up like one of her friends, like, hey, come pick me up. I feel weird.
Right.
And that was before he was known.
That's crazy.
And then
he was
he
just
was-
driving his Volkswagen Bug and
Yeah.
picked her up. Oh man,
Dude, that's so
That's
crazy.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
She just narrowly avoided
Exactly.
disaster.
This guy's giving me weird vibes. He said, I want to eat your body. Like, my pussy? No. Your body.
Your literal body.
Your literal body. What do you think of that? Do you think that's hot? Are you into that stuff? Or what?
So I found the guy. They called him the dating game killer. His name's Rodney Alcala. Hold on, I'll see if I can share screen.
Never trust a Rodney ever. Hey, is that some new merch?
What, the
Michael?
hat? Or the
No,
tee?
your tee.
No, it's actually I designed like our hockey team's t-shirts and gear and stuff like that for this season.
Oh yeah,
And I used my font just to kind of like spread some branding onto the stuff. It's cool too. Yeah, I got it on like Champion and everything.
did you
which I thought
just
was real
start
nice.
the season?
Yeah, we're about halfway through the regular season, but we still have the playoffs, and like hockey playoffs are like just so long. So it's like we're like a third of the way done, because like the playoff, if we do good, which we usually do, it just takes forever. Wait,
What
Adam, I can't see you. Can you see him?
I can see
Kendall?
him. Yeah, I
Okay.
can still see him.
That's weird.
I wonder if when I shared screen, if it.
Yeah.
I'll say
But
I can
yeah.
see you, Adam. Still.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
Well, yeah.
so annoying.
Yeah, Skype's kind of weird for me,
Yeah.
for at least for my phone. But yeah, we're about halfway through the season. I feel like that's like probably one of the weirdest things people don't know about me is I like also like play and coach hockey, like a totally
dope.
normal thing that I do.
What
compared to the rest of
position?
the company. I play defense right now. Usually left defense. Yeah. Yeah, it's super fun. It's
Oh,
a good release.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
growing up in Vegas, I mean, we have like, I'm pretty sure we have like hockey rink or ice skating rinks and stuff. So I'm
Right.
sure hockey was a thing before the Knights came out here. But like,
Yeah.
the only thing I knew about hockey was the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
I had like the NHL video game for my Nintendo 64. I knew
Right.
the Red Wings. That was about it. And then until the Knights came out, now I'm like, into hockey. But other than that, I was like, what is hockey? Like,
Yeah,
Same
the
here.
Knights are pretty cool. I like their branding and their gear and stuff. It's pretty sweet.
Pretty good. Not too bad. Like I said, went to
Yeah.
the Stanley their first year. So I'm like,
Yeah,
no complaints. Yeah.
Totally
Yeah,
crazy.
it's weird because like Kendall was saying, I grew up in Vegas too, and hockey just never comprehended my brain. Like I would watch
Right.
the movies on Disney Channel and like, oh, this must be like an East Coast thing,
Right. For sure.
or just like a not in Vegas thing.
Well, yeah, it's like more like a northern thing.
Yeah, it just does. Even in the desert, watching hockey, you're like, this is fake. Like this is not.
Right.
This is all fake.
Right.
Like, there's not that feeling of like it's fucking freezing outside. Let's go inside and play some fucking hockey.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. No, yeah, it's definitely a northern thing, but it's spreading with I feel like the with how successful like the teams in California have been. Like generally, like the teams in California are actually pretty damn good. I mean, recently they haven't been amazing, but you have the Knights that are really good, and the Tampa Bay Lightning are like the best team, and they're in the South and stuff like that. So it's like I feel like the game's spreading for sure.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, especially out here since the Knights got here, like in Vegas, it's all you see like on people's
Right.
car
It's
stickers on their
it's fucking
car.
Really?
crazy.
That's so cool.
Shirts,
Doesn't even
like,
make sense.
Also,
everybody's
I feel like-
wearing it.
I feel like hockey can spread to the South because like a lot of people that live down there, like in places like Vegas and Tampa and stuff, are transplants from like northern or East Coast cities. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's like people
fuck
like,
the
oh,
cold.
it's like that lived in Boston their whole life, and now they just moved to Tampa Bay. You know what I mean? So like, it's like, you know, or they moved to Vegas because they want to live somewhere with nicer weather and stuff like that.
Is hockey in the Olympics?
Yeah, hockey's
hockey's
a pretty big Olympic sport. Yeah.
Did you guys see the new like sports that are going to be in the Olympics? They got the rock climbing. Have you guys seen competitive rock climbing?
No.
Dude. This shit
dope.
is mind blowing, bro. Like I watched this one where it's like these 2 Asian countries, and dude, they're literally like Spider-Man. They're sprinting up a wall. Like it's the most mind blowingest thing on planet Earth. And then they have like there's like a couple like scenarios for rock climbing. There's like difficulty.
Right.
There's like fastness, and then there's like how vertical can you climb? Like where it's like the overhang.
Yeah.
So
one of my buddies on the hockey team is like he's super into rock climbing, and like after he started doing it, like he did it for a while. Like he wasn't doing it, like he was just on our hockey team, and then he started doing rock climbing, and now he's just like completely jacked. Like like his upper body is just huge from rock climbing. It's crazy.
Yeah. I went with a buddy of mine out here, just an indoor rock climbing place, and I just literally after doing that, my whole body was just sore. I was like, oh my god, like instantly. I was like, I'm using muscles I never probably used before. Right. And I was just like, this is crazy. And I'm like, and like even when holding someone, you're like, I'm like clenching so hard. I'm like, I'm literally holding on to their life right now, dude.
Dude, I love rock climbing gyms. Like I used to go with Papa all the time.
Yeah.
And then in Colorado, dude, they have the best climbing gyms possible. And I was like, one day I was just like climbing for at least like 3 or 4 hours. And dude, I like jumped up, and you need calluses, right? And I jumped up on this one like handhold and literally just ripped all my skin off my finger. It was the most disgusting, most painful thing I've ever experienced. Like, and I'm high up. I'm like, ah!
Who did you go with? You said?
Oh, I was just by myself. I was just in Colorado.
I thought you said a grandparent's name. I thought you said Pop or something.
Oh like no, no, that was in Vegas, and that was with my dad.
Oh, okay, yeah. I love hearing what people call like their not so much their parents, but their grandparents. Like I have like some of my friends like are like the most like masculine like punk kind of dudes, and I'll be like, hey man, do you want to come over tonight? And like we're hanging out and drinking and stuff like that, and they'll be like, no, I gotta go to like my day in Zoo Wop's house, or like something completely like some completely ridiculous nickname for their grandparents. I just love hearing that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's so funny.
Yeah, like it's always like something ridiculous.
Dubop and my
exactly. Have you ever seen Arrested Development?
I know of it with Jason Bateman and
right.
I want to get into it because I heard it's pretty funny. Actually,
it's so funny. But like, Michael Cera calls the grandfather in it Pop, and I always thought that was funny.
Yeah, me and Kendall usually always just like do like funny names for my dad because he's so fucking strict, and it's just kind of like an inside joke. Like Poppy,
Papa Bullock,
Papa Bullock.
That is really funny.
Yeah. Oh man. Dude, that is funny. What other stuff in the Olympics? I know like
skateboarding.
Wasn't that always it or
no?
They just had the Winter Olympics, huh? Like snowboarding.
In the X Games, but in the actual Olympics, they never had it.
Aren't they adding esports? Like
really?
Yeah. You know what's funny? They call it like e-sport, like it's a sport. Like I mean, I guess, but it's like
not really.
Not really. But it's crazy how much it's blown up. Like if I would have known back in the day, like how much video games I play, and like how many times my parents told me to go outside.
I'm playing sport, Mom.
Now I look at them like, oh yeah, you guys remember when you told me to go outside? That could have been fucked up. Millionaires playing. That could be
you guys fucked up. So the new Olympic sports, we got surfing.
Okay.
Hang loose, baby. We got karate.
Okay.
Boy,
Yeah.
We got skateboarding, and we got the sports climbing, which I was talking about, and then we got softball, so we can get some of those the dikes in the game, you know.
Yeah.
The big cheeked chicks.
I feel like the Olympics are always weird because there are like sports that you definitely want to see, and then some you're like, I gotta turn this off. Like,
Right.
you'll be watching, and it's like you're watching like volleyball or like like something like softball, and it's like actually interesting, and like they're like amazing, and like it's like super cool to watch. And then like right after that comes on like just like an old guy just like shooting a gun at something, or like
Yeah.
like he's like it's like he's just like walking. It's like the weird like the weirdest things are like Olympic sports or like
no
curling
point.
or something like that comes
Yeah.
on.
Like,
You're like what?
no entertainment value at all. Like
Yeah.
just like
Exactly.
zero, just precision and just like
Well, yeah,
I mean, the
it's
highest
skill, but
form-
it's not entertaining. Right.
yeah, the best form of everything's at the Olympics, but probably only like 50% is actual entertainment.
Right.
Like the pace completely changes. You're like,
Just
whoa,
like-
I was just watching track, and now
Yeah.
it's like just some dude walking with a gun.
He's like, and he's gonna line up the rifle, and he got it right in the middle.
Yeah, exactly. It's like all
He's
quiet.
reloading.
Like even the announcers are quiet.
Yeah,
Right.
they all had to-
They like
No.
take a break. They left. Like bathroom break.
so he's
They
eating
just start-
chips. They're like,
Yeah, the announcers just start talking about like what they're gonna do that weekend.
Not on mute.
So I'm going out to my Aunt Mary's house this weekend, and I know that this sport is big out there. Like it's just like they start like
Right.
hating on like the weirdest thing.
just like, and they're just like mildly being racist.
Yeah.
I don't know if how the Asian competitors are gonna do during the rifle competition, because like just
Yeah.
like what?
And then the other commentators like, ugh.
Yeah, it's just
Ooh,
like cringe.
Dave, I don't think you should have said that. Bro.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
my
how about-
favorite thing to watch, like that, and like the news, like whenever if you watch like local, like if you watch bloopers from like the local news when like someone like or like they start getting like real like pervy, and then like you have to watch
Oh,
the other
yeah.
anchor and be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, what is
Like,
going
Jim?
on?
Like clean it up, man, clean it up.
Clean it up.
Dude, John Oliver on do you guys ever watch John Oliver?
I know of him.
Last-
Yeah.
Dude, he always has that local news bloopers where they're just like all like, it's Halloween, and there's just like a guy dressed up as a penis. They're like, Jim, what the fuck?
Not
This
on
is
the
local
air,
news.
Jim.
Like the girl's dressed up as a vagina and the guy's dressed up as a dick. And they're just like,
Oh,
Cut.
man. There's this viral video out right now. I think it's like ESPN, like the Latin ESPN or whatever. But the dude's like sitting there and they're all talking, and all of a sudden the wall behind him just falls and like takes him out.
Yeah,
oh my
gosh,
God.
I saw that.
You saw it?
It looks like it, like, dude, if you watch the video, it looks like it actually kills him. Like it
Yeah,
looks like he died. Like
it hits
was
him hard, yeah.
brutal,
Like
But he's
right in the
apparently he's
back.
fine.
Yeah, yeah, he's
but it looks
fine.
horrible.
It
dude,
took
that's
him out.
bad.
Shoot, I might have to find it and play real quick.
Yeah,
it's
Let's
crazy.
just watch it. You get this
Let's see,
reaction video.
ESPN.
But Would you guys ever go to the Olympics?
100%.
Yeah, I would love to.
I was thinking about this year.
Yeah,
since
Where's
especially
it being
in
held?
Japan.
It's in Japan.
Oh, that's really cool. That'd
But
be
it's-
super fun to go to.
It's weird because the way they do the tickets, you have to buy each event.
Right.
Like there's no like mass pass where they're like, okay, here's your mass pass. You got an all day hopper
And
pass.
This is a summer
You know,
Olympics year, right?
Yeah,
Or is
it's
it
in
like 2
August.
years?
It's in
It's
August. Yeah, it
Okay.
goes August to September, and like you have to like talk to a broker. It's like fucking weird. But I really want to
Okay.
go to it. I was looking up at tickets and looking at like to stay.
Yeah.
Like you could get a really cheap Airbnb out there.
Right.
I'm sure right now. What can we travel like internationally and stuff right now? Is there
Yeah.
a lot of
I mean,
okay?
I went to Croatia,
Oh yeah, true.
and then you can go to everything's back open pretty much, but it just feels like it's like a secret.
Mhm.
No one wants to like yell it from the rooftops.
I still think like certain countries though probably are like, like very
They want you to have like
strict
They want you to have like 2 COVID tests,
and-
and they still want you to 14 days.
days. Yeah, this is the video real quick. Let me know if you can see it. Hold on 1 second. Sharon. All right, can you guys see it or?
I think it's coming up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's
here we
see
go.
it. ESPN said collapse Columbia.
But yeah, watch this, dude. Just,
Oh my
bro,
Did you
just
see it? Do you see how he reacted?
takes
He
him out.
just like looks straight. He's straight at the camera. They said,
No one
they
gets
said-
up to help him.
they said, Michael, look at the camera. Keep going.
Yeah, keep talking. Yeah.
exactly.
He said, hey, keep it moving. So basketball, we got
So in basketball,
LeBron James.
like, still out for the season.
Oh man.
yeah, it took him out.
He said, boom.
Like
Is it
seeing
body
it on
slam?
your phone compared to that, I was like, oh shoot, that really hit. Like his body just like,
His
just,
whole, he ragdolled that
yeah,
shit.
he literally turned to a ragdoll.
Yeah, he just like smashes into the table and like doesn't move.
Right? Yeah, let's just
No one fucking gets up. No one like says, like, you good, bro? They just said, right back to the news.
they literally cut back to the guy in the center. Like they didn't even like show. They're like, oh yeah, just a quick like
That's so-
diversion. Oh,
That
my-
is so funny. That's like a live production.
yeah,
dude.
live for that. Yeah, someone was fired that day, or a few people were like, yeah,
What if they were like April Fools?
like they cut it real quick and put a mannequin there. That's what hit.
yeah.
Because like the way he like rocks is just nuts. I'm like,
His
oh
body
my
got smushed.
God, he got taken out. But glad to hear he's okay because that dude, he got hit hard. Like his neck was everything.
Yeah, it was definitely like a bad hit. He took
Yeah.
a hit on that one.
like say like after saying that, I would have thought he died after that.
Me too. But when I first watched it, I was like, did I? You know, when you watch something, you're like, did I just watch someone die?
Right?
And it kind of freaks you out, you know? You're just
And
like,
they don't
"What?"
tell you if they're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
Like,
warning.
We don't know
You're
his
just like,
condition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you
a
know,
lot of videos you see on like ridiculousness and stuff like that. But like, you guys making sure?
Yeah.
they're
yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Is this
Check
a
it.
snuff film?
Yeah.
Gotta make sure for sure. Oh man, that's too funny. But yeah,
Oh,
back
God.
back to the Olympics. I would love to go, especially since it's in Japan. That'd be
Yeah.
because Japan's
always
like
wanted
on
to go.
my like dream places to
Yeah.
visit.
If you guys want to go, I'm down. 110%.
It looks beautiful there for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm off all June too.
I
Yeah.
think they're opening, or they just opened the Super Nintendo, or Universal did the.
Oh yeah.
I'm down
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that. So just
Did-
straight, just
What-
Mario stuff.
Yeah, what town is that in? I remember hearing my friends talking about that.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, and then did you guys hear about Disneyland in Japan, where
No.
they're like, no, actually it's in China, in Shanghai, because for some reason there's like villagers that just shit anywhere. Yeah, they just
Oh my
shit in the
God.
streets. So like when they opened in China, there's just people like shitting in the bushes and shit, even though there's like bathrooms, and there's
That's
like kids
horrible.
walking around with like pantless clothing on, and they just shit when they need to shit.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, like it's like a thing, dude. In like some Chinese town, they just it sounds like a glitch in the Matrix, right?
Right.
Right.
They're just like shitting, like, oh, I gotta go. Instead of like looking for a bathroom, they just like, oh, this looks
They-
good.
They just do their thing.
Speaking of a glitch in the Matrix, I was driving the other day and only white Mercedes were going past me. I know it's not the red one, but like that's all I was seeing on the road, and I was like,
What?
yo, I was like, this is kind of tripping me out. Why is it?
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean it's not a red one? What's
it,
about a red
wasn't
Mercedes?
it like a red, not a red Mercedes, but like wasn't it in the Matrix like a red car or something like that? that you
Oh,
kept seeing?
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I meant. My bad. Yeah, but
No,
it was
no,
just,
I understand.
it was the same make and model, just like with like
True.
the big Mercedes on the front,
Right.
like
Yeah.
like a luxury, and it
Right.
just, the same one like either coming this way behind. I was like, yo, something's wrong here. So
Dude.
I'm glitching out.
That's how I feel about fucking blueberry colored cars, dude. In Columbus and Ohio, I just see so many like blueberry colored cars and trucks, like obnoxious amount, and they're so fucking ugly. and I just constantly see him, and I hate him so much.
But to answer your question, Michael, it's going to be in Osaka.
Okay, cool.
And it opened March 18th. Super Mario World. It looks pretty dope. And we're supposed to get one out here in the U.S. in
Okay.
Orlando.
Yeah.
So definitely going to have to hit that up. Definitely going to have to check that out, man. But,
Yeah, I mean, so I guess before I go, I should talk about like that show I'm doing. It's pretty cool. Like these like this I think it's like it started out as maybe a tattoo shop, but
Okay.
it's like the people that run it also run like they're really good like tattooers from Pittsburgh, and they like started like it's like an art gallery boutique kind of place, and they like reached out to me and asked me to do part of this group show, and then like I got to check out the other artists that were in it, and they're all super cool too. But that's gonna happen like I think the first day is like May 1st, and then yeah, it lasts for about a month or whatever like that. So I mean, if you guys would ever want to come out and see it, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I love like
or if anyone listening or anything like that.
Yeah, we could do a podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
We could do a
talked about
podcast.
that last one, live one, yeah.
Yeah, do a live one.
That'd be cool.
Or we could do it where we could just like do a couple of your favorite pieces and just we could do a podcast and just talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
And just
absolutely. That'd be sick.
have some other artists on.
Yeah.
Shoot,
Some of the other artists I only know like personally know one of the other artists, and just like briefly, I just briefly met her, and she's really, really nice, and I bought a piece of hers a couple weeks ago.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember. In like the art scene, do you feel like a lot of people are supportive in the art scene, or it's kind of like cutthroat, like or not cutthroat?
I feel like it's both.
It's
I try to like as much as possible just be like myself. Like I'm not like I don't put on like an act or like a persona or anything like that. It's just I'm the same as I've always been. I feel like. So I just try to be nice to everybody, and I'm not competitive that way, especially with like other local Pittsburgh artists. It's more so like I would rather just like create a scene more than anything. But it definitely exists. There's definitely like some very competitive like weirdness and stuff like that, but I just like really try not to involve myself in it. Like I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on that I just don't even like participate in. Like I'll get sent like quite frequently like people that just like pretty much just straight up like copy my art and then like sell it and stuff like that.
Wow.
And like I like don't even
low
like
blow.
a lot of other artists I know that like have followings and stuff like that, like if someone does that to them, they like post it and like tell their followers to like go destroy that person's life.
Right.
But like I don't really do that. I mean, if it got to like a crazy point, I would maybe message the person, but I just like try not to involve myself in any negativity, because then all of a sudden that just like becomes what you're involved in.
Right. Dang, yeah, I would be like, what the heck? This person just copying my art.
That's like the lowest form of art.
It is kind of weird
copying.
because like I feel like a lot of the art that I make is super personal to me, and
Right.
like it's very like self-expression, and like it is very personal. And then when someone copies it, it's like, how did you express yourself by just making my art again? And like if they make my art again and like post it and tag me, then I feel like that's, or even if they just message me like, hey, I just drew this and it's like a piece of my art or something like that's super cool, and like I love that. But it's more so like when people send me pictures of like people that just like copy my art and then just like sell it and don't say anything about it, and that's just kind of shady, and like
that's crazy.
it's like, I don't know, it's kind of hurtful in a weird way, but I just try not to involve myself in any of that negativity, so I don't like call them out or message them or anything like that.
Right. Do you know? It's kind of like on the topic of this. Do you know Butch Hartman? Either one of you guys? Basically, he made Fairly Odd Parents.
No,
like he's like the artist for like certain shows like that. But I guess there's been a thing where he's been drawing like other characters, like from different, like whether it's from anime, Marvel, little things, and then he'll sell those. Right. And then it was like, I guess it ended up being, it was like looked at as negative, like in the like artist community.
Cool.
I
I don't
thought it
know.
was cool.
Yeah,
Like
I've
it's
seen a
his
couple
art
artists do
style.
it really well. I know this one artist. I forget how to pronounce his name. It's like Joan Lucat, maybe. He seems really cool. I haven't ever. I'll message him here and there, but I don't know him personally. But he does like these like really cool paintings of like it'll be like The Simpsons or something like that. But like it'll be like The Simpsons, but then like their face is like all bloody or something like that, and it looks really incredible. And he's like a true artist because he's always just like doing his own thing, but like here and there he'll post one of those, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
Like it's his own spin on it,
Yeah.
you know.
exactly. Yeah, I think if you do like these characters that are culturally like known and just put your own style on it,
That's cool.
like I know I follow this one guy who like puts like eyes and teeth like all over like The Simpsons or all over like Bob's
Yeah.
Burgers,
Yeah,
and it's just the trippiest shit.
yeah.
But
I
it's
know
not.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Like the
I think we.
bulging
Yeah,
eyeballs. Those pieces are
Yeah.
sweet. I forget what that guy's name is.
yeah, me too.
Yeah,
And then there's another one. There's another guy that does like these very abstract paintings, but they're like kind of dark and creepy, but they are like of like pop culture figures and stuff like that. I'll have to look him up, see if I can find it.
Yeah.
yeah. Same thing with like the Butch Hartman. Like he's drawing them in his character style, like how he
Right.
does. Like
Fine.
so, like it was cool to see, and like people are requesting these, and then of course he's selling them, but like I'm like, oh, like I didn't see anything wrong with it. You're
Right.
He's just putting his spin on it is all he's doing.
It
So,
might be
really-
the
There's
corporation.
only one form of art that like I just like despise. And I know I'm gonna like ruffle some feathers when I say this, but it's like there's this whole genre of like art now where it's just like people like they charge like good money to do this. They basically just will take like someone's like a couple, like a photo of a couple or a photo of like friends or a photo of like someone and their parents or whatever, and then they just like put it on their iPad and then just like trace them, but very like they trace them, but they don't add their hand, they don't like make it their own like at all. It's just it's like they just like do like a line drawing on like of them, like exactly of them, and then they just like charge people money for it. And it's just like
wow.
it's totally just like a rip off. It's like
Yeah.
It's not
'cause,
like-
it's like one thing if they did that and then made like really cool color choices or like kind of like abstracted apart or like added their hand in somewhere, but if you're literally just tracing something without doing anything different to it or making it your own at all, it's like it gets kind of weird for sure.
Yeah, I could see it going like that. A big one I see is like you're talking about. They take like pictures of people and like whether it's like group photos or whatever, but they'll like do like make them like anime characters or something like
Yeah,
that. So it's like at
right.
least you're transforming
That's
the
cool.
picture. Like
Right.
Yeah.
you're not just like you
Yeah,
said,
and-
just literally tracing it.
If it's people that are like just starting out in the art and that's what they're doing, and that's actually kind of like even like what I was saying, like the people that are doing that, if they're just starting out, it's kind of cool because I guess like they're at least maybe learning something every time that they trace the people. Like they're kind of learning where the features are and like the distance between the features and stuff. Like that's cool. But it's more so whenever like it's like people like my age and like that went to like graphic design school and stuff like that, like that don't really have an
Yeah.
excuse. It's like kind of it's like you're just kind of ripping people off because what you're doing, people could essentially just like download a filter on their phone and it would do the same exact thing.
Yeah, like you're hiring an editor, like, and they just put a Instagram filter on your photo. Like, here,
Yeah,
Here
exactly.
you go.
that'll be $100.
That's crazy.
Thanks.
But yeah, interesting. Yeah, I definitely just wanted your take on that because, like I said, it was perfect. Led right up to that, and I was like, oh, I heard someone because I've in like an art community. Like I think I told you last podcast, I'm trying to get back into art, so I'm in like a Facebook group, an art community, and someone was like complaining, like, yeah, like this is what Butch Hartman is doing, and I was like, nah. I was like, I think it's cool what he's doing. Like I didn't see a problem, so
Yeah,
I just
people-
figured
people
maybe
are
I'd
just
ask
really
you.
negative.
Yeah.
Even that rant that I just went on that kind of art, I'm sure there's some positive to it that I just don't know about. I'm just like not educated enough on it. But yeah, there's a lot of negativity in artists. It's like I think the only time I've ever felt negative was when I was like first starting out, and like I was just looking at other artists that were really successful, and then you start to get like this toxic negativity in your life. But you just can't compare yourself to other people or other artists, because then you start just doing. It fades into your art, you know, and it like changes who you are. And you should just try to stay as true to, just make stuff that makes you feel happy, basically.
Yeah, because I think it becomes like you're like, oh, they're selling that for that much money, and I'm creating this amazing original piece of art. Well, they're selling for this maybe like a little less than you or the same price, and you're just like, "Meh," like it's instead of being like creative and open, it's more like
well, yeah, you should just
anger
be happy
and like
that
envy
someone's
almost.
selling art for a lot of money. Like that's a good thing. You shouldn't want art to be cheaper. You know what I mean? As an artist, like you should want people to be selling art for a lot of money. Like that's a good thing.
Just the quality of it, though.
Yeah, you just like, I don't know, like instead of tearing other artists down, be happy when another artist succeeds. I don't know, and that because it might open the door for you to succeed. You know?
Yeah,
Definitely.
hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that, and definitely appreciate you coming back on, dude. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Again, man.
Short notice and everything, but got it in.
Yeah, and it was a good one. Felt quick. I don't know.
Like,
yeah, for sure. An hour
those are the best ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
But oh, my bad, Adam.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, it was just fucking. We always have a fucking good podcast with you, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Felt good.
We'll do it
Flowed
again for
well.
sure.
Yeah,
definitely. I know you brought up your art show. Any other projects or anything else you're working on that you wanted to close with, or?
Yeah, I mean, I've just been like recently doing like trying to change, like, you know, not changing my whole look at all, but just like opening myself up to doing like more like the last couple pieces I've posted have been like more like abstract portrait kind of stuff. So that's kind of the stuff I've been working on recently, just so it's like just kind of trying to expand myself a little bit with that stuff. It's still like in my style, it's still scary and everything, but it's definitely like as an artist kind of scary, because like I always want to do more ghosty abstract kind of stuff, but I'm like, what are people like, but I keep pushing it to like see what people accept, you know what I mean? Like, because like if you I have a lot of admiration for people that make like very abstract art, and they like have that confidence to sell it, because to like for it's like to make a painting that looks exactly like real life, or like a portrait that looks exactly like real life, that's very like attainable and accessible for people that don't even know that much about art. They can look at that and be like, oh, that's really cool, that took a lot of technique. But if like you just like paint some colors and in shapes onto like a canvas, that's like less accessible for people. They're like, oh, that's not art, or like they have their own like little negative input on it. But I always like admired those people that had that kind of confidence in like because that's just what makes them happy, is making art like that, which is awesome.
Yeah, and you get the like the toddler. Oh, a toddler can do that. Like any abstract piece. Like that dumb fucking comment. A toddler can do that.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know?
Yeah, those people are always just like, you can just like tell that they just live like a very limited life. You know what I mean? You just need to expand yourself. Really.
Not gonna lie,
you can't limit yourself like with that kind of stuff.
Not gonna lie, I've been that person.
No, but like I've been I was that person too. But,
he's
like,
the guy.
You have to expand yourself. You know, like you can't be the guy that only eats chicken nuggets and fries when you go out. You know what I mean? Like you got to like try new things. You know,
I've eaten with people like that, and I'm like, we go to like sushi restaurants, and they still just somehow find the chicken nuggets. Yeah.
They ask them, "You guys got any McDonald's chicken nuggets?" They're like, we could go get some, I guess. I don't.
They still find it. Yeah. So, not gonna lie, sometimes I look at it, I'm like, it's just shapes. I don't know, or like splatters.
Like your mind, bro.
I'm like, I could just throw like paint onto a canvas.
But
I guess.
can you though? Can you?
Right? Yeah. I was like, and that's what I think too. I'm like, maybe it's like I'm missing something. You know, there is that. So I like, you know, maybe I'm just looking at it as like this.
I think you like you don't in a weird way like don't think about it so much. Just accept it at face value. If you do you look at it, do you like it?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you just like, because I see some abstract art and I'm like, like that's not for me. But then I'll see another piece that's very similar, but it just has a different color palette that I really like. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Like I love that.
Yes.
And that's what's interesting. Like certain like color palette and like colors and things like that can like speak to someone. You know, like
oh yeah, for sure.
and which is the art, I guess you could say. Is you know that's the art of it.
Because you'll see colors are like anything else. They go through like trends and phases and stuff like that. And like you'll like each year and as time progresses, like certain colors come to the front of like like contemporary fashion and
fashion
art and stuff like that. You'll see a color like surfacing a lot. I think probably the color this year that I would say is probably going to be like most popular. I would say is maybe like it's a color I love too. It's like kind of like that toxic yellow, like it's like a neon green and toxic yellow. I think that color's gonna be popping this year.
And then
like fashion and stuff like that.
And then like that dark orange.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that Carhartt orange kind of.
Yeah, but like almost like a pumpkin orange.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I gotta get going, guys. Thanks for having me.
Man, yeah. Thanks again for coming back on.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of different types of stuff.
Yeah, right.
Godzilla, art serial killers, the Olympics.
Dude, we went in on this episode.
Yeah,
dude, we definitely. We'll hit you up about doing something for your art show.
Yeah, closer to the show. Yeah,
definitely.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right, man. Thanks again. Take care, bro.
Love you, bro.
See ya. Love